Hello, welcome to the Humber campus gym for a doubleheader of OCAA Volleyball. The Boreal is in town today against the Humber Hawks. I'm Angelo Manny with Matt Hamill on the call, and we will get talking about this one in just a bit, but we will first turn it over to the sideline for the national anthem and the starting lineups.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your officials for the day. Assistant referee 1, Anna Zhu. Assistant referee 2, Jane Zhou. Second referee, Molly Roy. And the first referee, Brad Anderson.
Oh, excuse me. Excuse me.
All right, it's time to welcome the starting lineup for all the teams. Firstly, for the Boreal Vipers. Starting off from Sturgeon Falls, number 1, Kendra Rushford. From Chelmsford, number 3, Shayla Nassar. From Sturgeon Falls, Boreal Jamie Landry. From Sunbury, number 11, Zoe Sanjean. From Chelmsford, number 12, Angelica LaPonce. And from Sturgeon Falls, number 15, Palin Lalak. In the middle of the game, from Sault Ste. Marie, number 5, Naomi Brand. The head coach of the Boreal Vipers is Brian Welch.
Well, Matt, a little bit of a different look for these Humber Hawks women this season, but it's been the same results, 4-0, to start the season, only dropping one set. That was a couple weeks ago to Cambrian. And after dropping that set, they came right back. Shows a lot about really this group and how they can just storm back in the depth and all the talent on this roster.
Yeah, you see a lot of new faces in the mix for this Humber team, and they are able to really, early in the season, string everyone together for some good, coherent volleyball. You mentioned they've only lost a single set. Taking on a Boreal team who's got a lot of young talent on the team, and many first-year players filling out this Vipers roster. Should be a good matchup here. This is a busy weekend for both teams. The Vipers were in action against Sheridan yesterday. They were ultimately losing that affair and will now look to balance things out. A chance to go 500 on the weekend, but it's a very, very tough Humber Hawks team they are squaring up against. Humber ranked number 4 in the entire nation. And for Humber, a busy weekend of their own. They won a game yesterday against Cambrian, winning in 3 straight sets. We'll see if they can also pick up another W here on Sunday. Game is about to start with the Vipers getting first serve.
Vipers in white shirts and blue shorts. Humber all in blue today. You mentioned Humber, number 4 in the country. They're ranked number 1 in the province in each of the 2 rankings that come out. We're underway here at the Hawks Nest. That ball getting away from the Vipers and an early 1-0 lead for the Hawks.
Now serving for the Hawks, number 5,
So Wilkins, who is the most recent member of the Wilkins clan to get involved as a player here at Humber. Her dad and uncle coaching the women and men's volleyball teams respectively.
It's a family affair here for the Wilkins at Humber. Boreal trying to mount an attack here. Step there, big hit. That one got just away there from the Vipers there, and Humber up 2-0.
It's also a coach Wayne Wilkins' birthday, so the head coach of Humber men's team celebrating the cake day today, and we'll see that men's game right after the conclusion of this one.
Let's see if his team can pull out a win there for their coach on his birthday, and that one just finds the back line. 3-0 for Humber early on.
Yeah, solid start here, and a couple more serves from the youngest Wilkins member of the Hawk lineage.
Returned here. We have a Boreal player down. Angelica Lepense. She's back on her feet. Looks like she's going to be okay.
Yeah, one of those first-year players for the Vipers.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to get her to do.
Looks like, yeah, great to see she's okay. Not too sure what happened there, Andrew. Wasn't sure if she made contact with a teammate.
Yeah, it looked like she may have gotten tangled up with one of her teammates there. At 5'11", she is the tallest one on her squad, not a single 6-footer for the Vipers. Return to Humber. They set up the attack. Bounces off a few Vipers' hands and lands out of bounds for another Humber point. Hawks rolling here early on.
Yeah, great run of points for Humber as they really had a good showing yesterday against Cambrian, winning in 3 straight sets. Only losing 1 set all year long. Big block up front, but wires kind of get crossed there.
Yeah, first error of the day for Humber, handing a point to the Vipers. And that will send Shanna Lassar to the service line for the first time today. They get there, and then another unforced error there for the Boreal Vipers off the hand of Zoe St. Jean.
Number 14,
Lexi Zakari at the service line for Humber.
Yeah,
Just over the hands and out of bounds for a Humber point. Sorry, Matt.
Yeah, Lepense, who we saw go down with an injury earlier in the game there, but stay in, showing some toughness, hitting it a little too long there, and it's going to set up the serve from Humber's Lexi Zakari.
Boreal will just have to toss this one back. Free play here for the Hawks, just over the net. Vipers in position, they'll just toss it back, an infraction against the Vipers and a point to the Hawks.
Yeah, the official saying it was just a double touch with that directed ball, and Zakari with another serve opportunity. Humber up 7-1 here.
Good serve. Another setup here, big attack. Knocked out of bounds for another Humber point.
Yeah, things rolling for Humber early, and a timeout called by Boreal's third-year head coach, Brian Walsh. On the other side, 23 years of head coaching action for Humber's Chris Wilkins. And we'll see if Boreal can, Andrew, maybe sort of get on a different wavelength here. We see so often in volleyball, these timeouts really do work some magic to kind of help change the energy. But boy, Humber's come out firing on all cylinders, and we'll see if they can just keep what they're doing here. And you know, we saw how good Humber looked yesterday, and not really surprised to see how well they've started here as a result.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Humber, like you said early on, a lot of experience compared to Boreal on the roster. Their roster just loaded with 4th and 5th year players, and Boreal, it's no fault of their own. A lot of inexperience on the roster, mostly first-year players, and they have yet to find an answer to Humber's attacking play here early on.
Yeah, other than Jamie Landry for Boreal and Zoe Saint-Jean, along with Madabine McKay, everyone else is a first-year player, so only 3 athletes on this Boreal Viper squad that have more than 1 year under their belt, but obviously some growing pains are always going to be a part of that. And for Humber, you know, Andrew, so many new additions this year. They've added some great talent to what was already a very solid team that captured another OCAA championship last year. And for Humber, they have now found themselves really putting together quite a run of those provincial championships.
And they have not lost a game in the province in 31 matches. Looking to extend that streak here today, and throughout the season for that matter. Set up there, big hit into the net. Boreal, no answer for that one.
Yeah, for Humber, it's been 3 provincial championships in a row after last year's gold, and looking for the 4-peat this year. And that's not to mention some of the other incredible runs of consecutive championships Coach Wilkins has put together with this women's team.
The team had a massive winning streak spanning over 10 years, ending in 2018. Another point there for the Vipers. So Boreal finding a little bit of momentum here after that timeout, managing to get a couple points on the board. Good serve.
That was kind of a weird way to get it over for Humber. Quick 2 touches. Good block up front there.
Bit of a defensive miscue there for the Hawks. The ball went right behind Rachel Vanderwald. Don't think she saw it, and that'll lead to another Vipers point.
Yeah, Rachel Vanderwall, one of those players from Humber who, new addition, right? Last year was a member of the Mohawk Mountaineers, and now is doing such a great job with the Hawks. Good way to kind of get in the groove and perform well with a new team.
Big hit there. Sydney Kohler getting it done from the right side.
Yeah, Shayna Lassard made a play on it for Boreal, but it was just a well-hit ball from the Hawks. And now Humber up by 8 points here. 12-4 is the score.
Well, a couple of Vipers bumping into each other there, and that'll lead to another Hawks point.
Yeah, Landry, one of the players there, kind of involved at the collision, a little friendly fire there, and that's going to allow Humber 1 point away from a 10-point lead.
That one sails away, another Hawks point.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if it maybe tipped off some fingers. The head official looked over at that line judge. It's going to allow another serve for the Hawks. Good looking serve from Vanderwall.
It's going to be a free play here for the Hawks. Big hit there, finding the center of the court. 1 more point for the Hawks. Now they're up by 11 points here. And they're finding the roll here, and they're going to look to close this set out.
Oh, the official calling another ball handling violation.
Yeah, another double touch. That's the second double touch violation against Boreal here in this first set.
See Humber's bench right behind the serve of Vanderwall, and that's going to be the error.
First service error of the game. Now put the Vipers back within 11 points. Angelica Lepense serving. Returned by Humber, off a hand to the back wall, and another Hawks point.
It's great effort there, the diving play by Lessard, but that one was just too far out of reach. Anytime you're going that close to the wall, you know that is the type of play it's very difficult to make.
Back-to-back service errors for the Hawks. And they'll hand a point back to the Vipers. Returned, just kept alive. Vipers scrambling, unable to make a play though.
Yeah, you know, Humber's got some great hitting power on the court right now, and you see a lot of these initial plays made by Boreal. Some of these are kind of ricocheting deep into the back court. It's making it very tough for some of these Vipers players to make that second play on it. And Humber's been able to string together some big points there.
They serve a little bit of a floater, just returned. Hit there, unable to keep it alive there, and another Hawks point. 19-6 the final score. Boreal still with one more timeout in their pocket, although I don't know if we're going to see it here. Service ace.
Yeah, well done right there by Bannister. We talked about some of the first-year players for Boreal. Well, there's also one of a few first-year players for Humber. And always great to see first-year players stepping up and having an impact. Certainly bodes well for the up to 5 years of OCAA action these players can see.
Big hit from the left side. Boreal just returns it back. Good opportunity here for the Hawks. Spiked. Although cannot be returned by the Boreal off that hard hit.
And checking back into the game for Humber will be Vanderwall, as Humber's Reese Chalette, by way of Oakville, Ontario, will head back to the bench.
Good looking serve, had that nice dip at the end.
And that was absolutely a thing of beauty and well rewarded, as the service ace will look good on the stat sheet for Humber's Caroline Klitsch.
Ooh, a service error there going off the head of Taya Wilkins.
Yeah, it was met with a smile. So after a very nice looking service ace, she doesn't quite get under that one the way she wanted to.
I don't know if I'd be smiling if my teammate hit me in the head with the ball, but it's good for Wilkins there, I guess. Out of bounds, and now return the ball and the point back to the Hawks.
Yeah, Saint-Jean a little too strong on that one.
Hawks up a big 15 points here in the first set. Wilkins back at the service line. Boreal just returns that with a weak hit. Almost had Humber caught off guard though. Opposite side hit. Humber regrouping. Big hit from the left side and a big block from the Vipers.
Yeah, well played there. And Boreal with the chance to get on a bit of a run here. Serve on the way from Lessard. He's got 2 service aces on the season, leads the team in that regard.
Big hit, just finds that line, and another point for the Hawks. And now it is set point here for Humber in the first. Lexi Zakari a chance to close it out.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, she had quite the performance from the service line last night. And not gonna follow it up there with a shot into the net.
Boreal staying alive off the hand of that service error. Kalen the back, serve, and that one goes long, handing the first set to the Humber Hawks. They take it 25-10. There's a strong effort from Humber early on in this one, and really they kept rolling. Boreal showing a little bit at the end there, but could not get enough points together to mount a comeback as the teams change sides.
Yeah, so heading into our first intermission, Andrew, we saw Humber just like they've been looking all season long, and even this weekend more specifically. It's been a very dialed-in team. Not seeing a lot of the usual starters. We sang players like Hannah Manners, who was so dominant last night. Have yet to see her, number 10 for Humber. Has not yet checked into the game. Also, one of those newer players for the Hawks and the tallest young lady playing volleyball in the gym, and that would be Humber's Amanda Larson. She's yet to be in action. What a pickup she has been, able to really make a contribution to Humber in a number of ways.
Yeah, another one of those big transfers, her coming by way of Durham College. And then no Kennedy Willscroft either has been Humber's starting setter for majority of the season here so far. But has not been an issue here for the Hawks so far, looking strong early on.
These two teams have played before, Andrew. You know, the first game of the season was against Boreal, and Humber was able to pick up a 3 straight sets victory on the road to open up the campaign. One of 4 wins Humber has strung together this year to start things off 4-0, looking to go 5-0 here, and then they'll be in action next on Wednesday against Redeemers. So a very kind of home-heavy chunk of games, as it's 4 games in a row the Hawks are getting to play at home, this being number 3 in that sequence.
Yeah, and Humber, we mentioned off the top, so strong in the Hawks nest here, so getting these wins early on is going to be so important, just keeping the streak alive and keeping up in the standings, if nothing else, for the Humber Hawks in the OCAA.
Yeah, I mean, 4 games at home early in the season. Later on, though, Andrew, maybe when things get a little more consequential, late in the regular season, Humber with 3 road games in a row from Conestoga, Sheridan, and Fanshawe, and then finishing up the season at home against Mohawk. But 3 of those last 4 games of the season on the road, so you know just how important it is to make sure that while you have a chance at home, Humber to rack up some wins and be able to have that in their back pocket should things get maybe a little interesting in the standings later on.
That is still a while away, though, for us to really think about the standings, still so early on in the season. But Humber sitting number 1 in that OCAA West, at least for now. Division that they've historically dominated.
It's too early to think about the standings? How do you mean, partner?
Not enough of a sample size. Usually I'm a guy where it's like, you know, let's get like a third of the way through the season, closer to half, before the standings really start to matter. For now, just about your record.
Well, almost breaking the huddle here. Boreal already on the floor, ready to roll. Looks like some of the familiar faces for Humber in that first set will be back in action, but Larson will start on the floor. Looks like she'll be checking back in as this second set rolls along, so we'll watch out for Humber's number 18 and what kind of great volleyball she maybe still has left in her for this weekend.
All right, Matt, players are ready, officials are ready. I'm ready. Are you ready?
Let's get it on, partner.
Set 2 underway here. Humber ready to make the first serve. It's Alex Shawaga. Nice hit there to return that. Yeah, how about that? Finding right the edge of the court there for point number 1.
Kendra Rochefort, again, first-year player, one of many on this team, and excellent play to get things started off for a team that really found themselves in quite a hole in the first set. Striking first here.
Shane Lassard with the serve. Another play there, kind of getting away from the Hawks. Looked like an innocent enough hit, but off the wrong part of the hand, and Humber, no answer here early on, down 2-0.
See some communication there for the Vipers. Replay on the way, and there's that serve.
A bit of a miss hit there.
And just missed that point for Humber to allow them to get on the board here, as it'll be a serve first up from Zakari.
Corralled by the Vipers, return back. Hard hit, but that one will sail along for another Hawks point, and they find themselves tied 2-2.
Yeah, it was a solid backcourt hit that got the party started for the Vipers earlier in the set. That time it was just a little too strong. All evened up at 2 here.
Set up there, hit, but right into the net, handing another point to the Hawks. Hawks will go again. Off the fingertips and out of bounds. Another Hawks point.
Yeah, what a big part of Zakari's game here today. Maybe the magic is in the double braid, Andrew. I don't know, but some great serves coming from number 14 early in this game.
A little bit of support from the bench after that serve, or on that serve, rather.
A great recovery for the Vipers.
Hit, but deflected out of bounds. After finding themselves down 2-0, Hawks on a little bit of a roll here.
Yeah, Lassard was well positioned, but just a very solid hit. You saw all the power generated as the Hawks continue to put up some points here.
The fake setup there flipped over the net. A nice little play there by Jamie Landry, excuse me. Pulling out her bag of tricks. Here comes the serve. The setup, the soft push. Boreal will try again, but into the block. And they can't recover from that one. Hawks on a 6-1 roll here. And Amanda Larson finding the floor.
Yeah, so we'll keep an eye on number 18 up front. Right now it's Caroline Klitsch in the back, 5th-year player with the serve.
Just toss back, a good opportunity here for the Vipers. Soft touch deflected. Zakari gave chase but could not get to it. Boreal back within 2. Pense at the service line. Had a little bit of a scare early on, but
yeah, it looked like she might have maybe tweaked that knee or something, Andrew, on potentially a collision with her teammate. She's going to follow it up with a service ace. So how good for the Vipers that she's able to stay in this game.
Yeah, that serving arm looking A-okay as shows a little bit of a smile there after that service ace. Can't you go 2 for 2? Good looking serve. To set up a big hit. And Amanda Larson making her presence known in this game with a big spike there for the point.
Yeah, it feels like that'll be there all day long for tall number 18. You mentioned such an impact. You know, Andrew, not always easy, as talented as a player can be, to come into a whole new situation and make an impact. We'll cut back to live action here as Boreal with a good strike.
Humber working off the deflection. Toss back. Good attempt there to block by Larson. Deflected. That's a point for Boreal.
And it's a good rally there. Some back and forth play. And the Vipers able to come away with the point as it was a couple of contested shots right up at the net. Humber with the height advantage on a couple of those jousts, but Vipers getting it done for the point.
Hit from the left side, and now find the floor. Lauren Bannister getting the kill. One more look.
Yeah, there's that shot. It wasn't exactly a full power, but just well placed. Sometimes it's the high IQ plays that can get it done.
Big block there, Amanda Larson.
Yeah, really quite the demonstration of what that young lady can do for the Hawks. And you know, Coach Chris Wilkins has got to be pretty fired up about that addition to the team, amongst some other really great add-ons to Humber.
Double touch violation against Boreal and a point for the Hawks.
Yeah, Humber has certainly had the advantage in terms of ball violations. They haven't had many, whereas the Vipers have been guilty on a few occasions here, surrendering some points due to those violations.
Larson, big hit, but into the net.
Yeah, she was set up, came across the court, but wasn't able to get the hit on it she was hoping for into the net. 10-7's our score. So some big steps forward for the Vipers between sets number 1 and 2, right, Andrew? I mean, 25-10 was the final after set 1. Looks like this will be much closer here.
Yeah, this complexion of the second set a lot tighter than it was in the first. Are you seeing anything from either side that would tell you why that is, or?
Well, off the hot start, I would say maybe Boreal getting out of the gates with those 2 big points. That can certainly help you feel a little comfortable. We've seen some new faces for Humber check in as well. So again, it's been a lot of rotation from Humber in terms of who's seeing action. But I don't think it's going to take long for players like Larson to really get dialed in here.
Let's see what Boreal can do. They're just going to return it safely. The toss back. Set up here, big hit. Saved at the back line. Another good opportunity here for the Hawks. Another setup there. Great rally. Just can't be returned, and Humber coming out on that end, winning that rally. Back on top by 5. We got another look.
Yeah, there's a look, and it's just, again, sometimes those second shots that are just close to the net make things a little awkward. Humber able to win out with the point there.
Big hit from the outside, and that will result in a point there.
Yeah, Lauren Bannister coming in with all kinds of hitting power, and she hits it towards Jamie Landry, who just could not quite handle the power that Bannister put on that one.
That's our 3rd kill of the day. We'll get right back to live action. Big hit there, but that'll sail along. Sydney Kohler couldn't get enough of that.
Yeah, Kohler put it in a good, or she had it in a good spot, but just put it a little bit long, but love to see the kind of hitting power she's working with. See if she can fine-tune that a little bit here in the set.
flipped over. Set up here to the opposite side, and a big block there from Boreal.
Now St. John serving for the Vipers.
Good serve. Set up, flip just over the net. It's the ground, and Lexi Zakari will get credit for that point. For 7th kill of the game, that's a game high for either side. Alex Chuega. Deflected, and it looked like it hit that back line. Point there for the Vipers. Within 4 here, so they are not going away in this second set.
Yeah, even I think it might have even grazed some fingertips, so I think either way, that would have been a point for the Vipers. And again, highlighting the much stronger second set play by the visiting team.
That point sails long. Humber back on top by 5. Lexi Zakari on the service line. 4th-year player from nearby Burlington, Ontario. Set up here, the soft touch. And Boreal could not get in position to return that one. We'll get another look.
Yeah, here it is on the HSN replay. And able to make that first contact, but just out of reach for the next.
Deflected back, they'll just have to toss this over. Great opportunity here for Humber. Hard shot, but that'll sail long.
Andrew Boreal had a game yesterday against Sheridan. They play here today against Humber. Well, Humber's back in action on Wednesday, but for Boreal, Vipers are going to have to wait all the way into November 16th. So 13 days from now before their next game. So quite a layoff in between games for the team from Sudbury.
From the left side, and looked like Bannister just couldn't get her right hand to the right part of her hand on that one. Ends up unable to put that over the net. We'll get one more look at that play.
And serve about to come in here and put in play as the Hawks are getting set up at the net.
Hot shot to the back line. Boreal on that. Big hit from the right side. Boreal keeping it alive. Set up here, Bannister. Boreal unable to keep that one in bounds. And it's been back and forth the last few points as Humber has gone between a 4 and 5 point lead here.
Yeah, they've established that cushion as the set has gone along, and see if they can either extend that, but Andrew, if they can keep trading points from here, that will work in Humber's favor, having established this nice lead.
Yeah, Boreal cannot afford to keep going tit for tat. Big hit there by Larson, but blocked.
And a very fired up Vipers team, and for good reason. That was a big play up front, and it was Angelica Lepense was right in the mix. I mentioned the tallest member of this Vipers team at 5'11".
Set up there, big hit going cross courts. Sydney Kohler.
Yeah, smash is how it's being announced here in the gym, and a smash it was. Take a look here as she's set up. Serve on the way from the young lady that just made the play.
Yeah, and if you can find that cross-court shot, it could be so dangerous. Big hit, but right into the net, point Hawks.
Now that lead to 6.
Just missing that opposite corner. Boreal back within 5.
So now number 4, Jamie Landry.
Jimmy Landry on the service line. Came into the weekend with the service ace. Bannister, big hit, finding the center of the Boreal side, and a big kill there. Her 4th of the afternoon. One more look at that play. And Boreal just no answer for that one. Another point for the Hawks. Soft touch. Boreal just returns it. Wow. Soft touch there.
Oh, what a great rally, Andrew, but the Hawks able to come away victorious there. But some good scrambling plays to keep it alive. Humber just applying the pressure, Andrew, and now they are sitting pretty 3 points away from heading up with a 2-set lead.
And a bit surprising that head coach Brian Welsh for Boreal has not used his timeout yet. They were in this set for most of the time, but it looks like it's just slipping away as Humber takes a 9-point lead.
Yeah, really pulling away as the set went along, but certainly some positives to build off of if Humber's able to capture the set and see if Boreal in the 3rd can maybe learn from some of those miscues.
Set up here, just gets away from the Vipers. Point there for Zakari. Bannister, a chance to close things out here for the Hawks in the 2nd set. Just rolls over. Vipers managed to keep it alive and toss it over. And Amanda Larson ending things off for the Hawks. They will take this 2nd set, 25-14, and Chris Wilkins has got to be pretty pleased with this team's performance here so far.
Yeah, that was just a beautiful setup to Humber's Amanda Larson, able to kind of slam the door shut on that 2nd set and give the Hawks a very comfortable 2-set lead. There's a second look there. That's the aftermath as that ball careens into the stands. So, Andrew, 2 sets in the books. So a good reminder that up next is the men's game as Boreal men's team will take on the Humber Hawks, and that should be a good one, Andrew. You're talking about a Humber men's team that looked very dangerous yesterday, and a lot of the usual suspects in the mix. We saw Tate Blackmore, one of the more exciting players in the OCAA, firing on all cylinders, and the number 4 nationally ranked team, the Humber Hawks men's team, will be in action. Andrew, both the Humber men and women's team ranked number 4 in the nation in their respective ranking categories.
That's got to be a
little symmetry there.
Yeah, some good fortune there for the Hawks. Obviously, they'll be gunning for number 1, both in the rankings and, of course, nationally down the stretch here in the season. But, of course, first they got to take care of business in the province, and Humber taking care of business here right now, looking strong throughout the first 2 sets here. And they are dialed in. Looks like they're going to be ready to go into this 3rd set in Boreal. Trying to end off this weekend road trip on a high here. Trying to just playing things 1 set at a time here. They look stronger through that 2nd set. Can they turn up the temperature, turn up the heat a little bit going into the 3rd? We will have to see.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, definitely some steps in the right direction, and we saw a big difference there was the hot start. So, that'll probably be another big point of emphasis for Boreal is can we get off to a good start and then really continue to push the pace as the set goes along. Because, just sort of that law of averages, taking on a team like Humber, they have so many weapons, and if you allow them to kind of get comfortable, the Hawks have so many different ways they can start to put a good run of points together and make a set out of reach. So the adjustments can be made. Andrew, again, it's a tall order as we're talking about one of the top teams in the country. Head coach there you just saw by Chris Wilkins. His brother Wayne celebrating the old birthday today. Not sure when Coach Chris's birthday is, Andrew. We'll have to get our stat team to dig into that. I don't know if that information is public.
I don't know. We'll have to get our stats team on that, I guess, to figure that out. But Chris Wilkins in his 23rd year as head coach of the Humber Hawks and has led them through this tremendous reign as top program here in the OCAA.
So he's at least 23 years old, I think we can feel comfortable saying. Played volleyball for Humber, as did brother Wayne, as did a number of Wilkins family members. More recently, Kaya Kamen Wilkins.
Now Taya Wilkins takes her turn. And we are just about ready to get underway with set number 3. Humber hoping it'll be the final set here. Boreal just trying to extend things at least by one for the time being. Race to 25 here is on for the Hawks, and try and close out what's been a spectacular weekend for them and a spectacular start to the season. Getting us underway is Zoe Saint-Jean. And the first serve will sail along for an error.
So already Humber doing a good job of improving in their second set early going, where they allowed Boreal to strike first.
It's a good looking serve, almost sailed away, but Boreal able to return that with some power, goes into the crowd. And we're tied here early on.
Coming to serve the Vipers, number 3,
Shayna Lassard. Chelmsford, Ontario. Hit from the left side, going cross court. The blade, big flip. And Humber takes the lead.
Yeah, 2-1 our score. Serves coming up from Keeler.
Good serve, just made its way over the net. Point there for the Vipers, tied 2-2. Set up here, big hit off the hands, and Rachel Vanderwall will get credit for that kill. Number 5 on the afternoon for her.
Yeah, ball careening over here into the broadcast booth. Got my hands on it, Andrew. Nice to feel involved.
Showing off those quick hands, Mr. Hamill.
Well played there. You see, just kind of running away from it was Shayna Lassard, as that was out of play. And well done there. Good discipline, Andrew. You know, sometimes I can relate. You know, that ball comes your way. You just want to make a play on it. Lassard wisely letting that one fall out of bounds. And now Humber and Boreal find themselves all knotted up here. 3 apiece.
Going cross court. Boreal cannot keep that one alive. Humber retaking the lead. So the start of this set, much like the start of last set, a little bit back and forth here. Boreal looking strong early on, but last time out, Humber slowly started to pull away. Can they do the same here? Big block there. Looked like Amanda Larson getting her hand on that one.
Yeah, Wilkins was there, but I think Larson was really the one that was in position to make the play. Huge block there from Humber's number 18, Amanda Larson, by way of Ajax.
Service ace.
And Humber out to an early lead here in the set. 6-3.
Caroline Klitsch trying to go back to back. Giving right back to the Hawks. The setup. Larson has got the big hit. Drops it down for the point.
Yeah, the hit was handled, but it really kind of bounced so close to the net, giving Larson another chance to make a great play on it.
Getting credit for her third kill of the day on that one. Klitsch, another good looking serve. Toss right back, stays in. Larson the setup. Bannister getting that one. Going right back to the wall and another Hawks point.
Yeah, a couple of Vipers were giving chase, but that one was just ricocheted so far out of reach. You saw the set by Larson. You know, Klitsch with the serve here, but she's actually leading all players on the court with kills today with 6.
Wilkins, a setup for Bannister, no. Humber getting set up here again. That hit deflected. Boreal just returning it back here. Good opportunity, the setup. Larson, yes.
Boy, Lassard was seeming to be the target there as she had a chance to make the play on that last one, but it seemed like that whole rally, Humber kept hitting it to Boreal's number 3, and Shayna, after about the 3rd or 4th hit her way, Humber finally finding a way to make it out of reach.
Hawks on a 6-0 run here. That one just finding the back line. Boreal thought that was sailing out. Matt, let me tell you, it can be so tough to call those 50-50 balls on that back line or any of the sidelines for that matter.
Yeah, it's tough. You know, so often we see those plays where it looks like maybe it's going out, but players, just to be safe, will make a play on it. So painful, right? When you just kind of watch it go. And that's in a tough spot to handle as Landry tried her best. But it's another point for Humber, up to an early 8-point lead here in the 3rd set, which could be the decisive set.
An 8-0 run here as well as we get Caroline Klitsch getting ready to serve. Caroline, a Toronto native. Tossed over and a point here for Boreal.
Yeah, that time finding just a real sweet spot there in the Humber defense.
Boreal cutting this lead down to 7. Larson faked the big hit, ends up going with the soft touch, catching Boreal off guard here for another Hawks point.
Yeah, a little collision there between two Vipers. Good to see both players are okay. Boy, Shayna Lassard all over the floor for this Boreal team.
Larson's turn to serve. And that was Grand that couldn't get a handle on that one and deflects it out of bounds.
Yeah, service ace there for Larson, and on the season, she's had 3 of those entering today's game. Hannah Manners leads Humber with service aces with 10, the only Hawk in double digits from the service line with those aces thus far. Kennedy Williscroft, good weapon for Humber as well back there. She has 8 service aces, but you know, Manners, Williscroft, 2 players, yeah, we haven't seen in action today really. And
Matt, a bit of an odd play. Sorry.
Go ahead, Andrew.
No, a bit of an odd play here. Humber actually calling the timeout here, up by 9 points. You don't often see that.
Yeah, well, I think, you know, Andrew, I would suspect, you know, Coach Wilkins, he's been able to kind of distribute the playing minutes here today and maybe just wanting to make sure he's possibly seen some things he just wants to mention and make sure, you know, everybody plays tight. You know, we did see a point by Boreal there where there was a great hit by the Vipers, but it just found a real dead zone in the Humber defense, and maybe some aspects of their play he feels could be better, well coordinated. Or maybe he just called the timeout to remind his players, hey, it's my brother Wayne's birthday today. Make sure you say happy birthday. Send him a text.
Do you get him a card? Do you get him a gift?
Did you guys get him a card? Get him a gift? What do you got? You got $10?
Chris
Andrew,
Wilkins
when
having
is
a
your
word.
birthday?
January 18th.
Ah, you're a Libra.
No, Capricorn.
Yeah, I was just going to say one of them. I don't want to know.
When's yours?
May 10th, I am a Taurus. El Toro. The bull.
Not bad.
There's Coach Chris Wilkins.
Having a word
Birthday
with-
still undetermined.
Having a word with one of the assistant referees here.
Say, hey, you know, it's my brother's birthday.
Just telling everyone.
Spread the word. You locked in any plans tonight? Because we're thinking of going bowling for Wayne's birthday. But we talked about this Wilkins volleyball family tradition, and for Humber, the newest addition to that lineage is Teo. But just so many Wilkins have played, not to mention the head coaching roles by both Chris here with the women's team and Wayne with the men's. So 7 members of the Wilkins clan have donned the navy in gold. Chris, Caroline, Wayne, Tamara, and Cayman and Kyla, most recently cousins for the only active Wilkins volleyball player.
And it looks like we're finally ready to get back underway here.
Yeah, an extended break. Me and you had to start talking horoscopes to fill the time.
So the last point was actually given from Humber to Boreal.
That's why they call it
Yeah.
time.
So score now 12-5 for Humber. Into the net. And Boreal just inches ever so closer.
Yeah, serve on the way here from Kendra Rochefort.
That one sails long, and Humber gets that point right back. And a reminder that 30 minutes after the conclusion of this match, we will have the men's turn here, Humber versus Boreal. Humber men, a perfect record on the season, including sets. They have not dropped a set here so far.
Yes, they hope to continue that. Andrew, clocks went forward last night, so I was a little head scratching my head as the clock here in the gym still says it's almost 1:55, but it is in fact 12:55. So the scheduled start time for that men's game is 2 p.m. And we'll see maybe a little bit of an earlier start depending on how quickly this one finishes up.
Got that extra hour's sleep last night. Always good to have.
Yeah, it's always nice. Although I feel like, Andrew, you can just do away with this whole changing of the clocks thing. Well, my circadian rhythm is too sensitive, partner.
My girlfriend was telling me that basically Ontario has the sign-off to get rid of it, but we're just waiting for
on the States?
Yeah, New York specifically.
Yes.
Yep.
Finances and all that. Stock exchange. Andrew, serve coming up from McKay.
Come on, New York, get it together. We're back to this match.
It's been said already.
Big point there for Boreal. Back within 5. It's the conclusion of that play. Tossed right back over. Here's a good opportunity for Humber. Right into the block, and the ball kind of got hung up there. Players not knowing where it was, and Humber earning another point.
Andrew, I heard that daylight savings was originated out of a measure to save on lamp oil expenses.
Really?
Pre-electricity. So I hope we're not still married to something that was born out of a lamp oil concern. At any rate, Andrew, these players, you wouldn't tell that they've had their an hour of sleep gained or lost. It's been all full steam ahead. It's a great play from both squads here, Andrew, but a 7-point lead for Humber.
And neither side worrying about lamp oil, I imagine. Boreal tossing it back. Set up here. Big hit going cross court. Big hit there. Don't think she got all of it. But Humber getting the point there off the hand of Rachel Vanderwall. Her 6th kill of the afternoon, tying her teammate, Carolyn Klitsch. flip over almost worked. Set up here, they'll just have to toss that back. Boreal setting up. Almost into the banners. Good rally between both these sides. Going cross court into the block and out of bounds. Another Hawks point.
Yeah, and we see this Boreal team really lean on Angelica Lapense with those big plays up front. That time she was in the mix, but the block not working out in favor of the Vipers. Humber now up by 9. Oh, that was close.
Almost had Boreal fooled with that one, but just could not clear the net.
Yeah, one of those serves that sometimes they can get hung up on the tape there and go your way. That time not. And they'll go in favor of the Hawks.
The net giveth, the net taketh, as it were.
I like that. The network in mysterious ways, Andrew.
She certainly does, and Humber gets another point there off the hand. Caroline Klitsch once again, 7th kill of the day. Leads either side. Jadaze White Eye with the serve. That's going to be a point for Boreal. Vipers back within 8 here.
First-year player, Kaylin Levac, serving it, well played.
Nice little flip over play there by Vanderwall.
Yeah, it did find its way in there, Andrew, but the point's going to go to Boreal as the official saying it was a double touch, a little violation. Guilty party is the Hawks, so Levac with another serve opportunity.
They'll try it again to Bannister, no. Set up here. Big hit by Klitsch, deflected into the wall. And she'll get credit for kill number 8 here. And now put her team up by 8. Another look at that. Vanderwall, that one gets deflected. And a service ace. Humber up by 9.
Yeah, that was just a strong serve, tough to return. Give credit to Shayna Lassard trying to make a play on it back in that deep in her own court, but Humber cruising along here.
Back-to-back aces like it was announced here. Vanderwall back to the line. One of 5 6-footers on this Hawk squad. Just clears the net. So Karma going, I guess, both ways here with that net here, Matt.
Yeah, one of those instances of the net giveth. See if 3 more points can be racked up here by Humber. That's a good looking serve right there.
Just cleared the net. And that one into the wall, or into the net rather, by Lapense. Hawks just 2 points away from taking the match. That one getting away from the Hawks, and they'll hand the point there to Boreal. Boreal really gonna have to dig their heels in to come back into this one, though.
Yeah, Humber poised for another 3 straight sets victory. They've strung together a few of those in this early season. Humber looking to improve to 5-0, 2 points away from that distinction.
Set up here, off a couple hands, and Caroline Klitsch, her 9th kill for number 9.
Yeah, match point on the line. Humber's gonna trust Caroline Klitsch with the serve. She has really contributed for the Hawks here. Humber's only 5th-year player on the whole roster, Andrew. And not able to put it away there, as looks like it might have hit the wrong part of the hand as it skips under the net.
Now Jamie Landry, a chance to keep her squad alive. Clears the net. Looked like Larson was going to go for it, but she let it go. Into the block. Boreal just gets it over. Big hit there. And Lauren Bannister ends off the match. Humber getting out the broom, sweeping the Boreal Vipers 3-0 after taking this at 25-13.
Yeah, great start to the season. Continues for Humber. Exactly what they wanted this weekend. 2 games in 2 days, capturing both in 3 straight sets. So perfection on the first weekend of November, with Halloween in the rearview mirror. And Andrew, we know it's really first, or not long into the month of December when these students get an extended break, about 4 or 5 weeks off. And so November, a big year to make sure that when it's 2025 and you get back in action in January, that you're in a good position. And Humber so far done an excellent job positioning themselves with their first 5 games of the season. And we talked about all those new players, and they look like they've been gelling well. Give credit to Boreal. They showed some great fight in this match. Their 2-game weekend stint, taking on Sheridan yesterday, Humber here today, not going the way they had hoped, but here they are, showing some love to the camera. You got to appreciate that.
And Matt, who would you give your Player of the Game award to?
Well, if we're talking on the Boreal side, I'm going to have to say number 3, Shayna Lassard. She was all over the court, made some big plays for them. For Humber, I was very impressed with some of that play, especially the serving play from Sydney Keeler. But Andrew, I think I'd also like to give a little shout out to Taya Wilkins, but for no other reason than it's her Uncle Wayne's birthday today.
That has not been mentioned on this broadcast here at all today.
I don't think so.
But either way, the men getting ready to start in about a half an hour's time. You see them warming up on the court here. It's going to be Humber and Boreal once again. And we'll be right back for that one. Stick around. We'll see you soon.